You are sleeping. You do not want to believe.
Shlomi Aber is my favorite Israeli producer. Don't get me wrong, Moshik made some amazing dark tribal progressive house music and Guy Gerber did this thing and way to go to him. But for me, it was always Shlomi being my number one, a blueprint, a role model, someone that I actually aspired to be, someone that I took a lot from musically. Shlomi Aber managed to collaborate with Kenny Larkin and DJ Sneak. Do you guys have any idea how madly respected you have to be in this game to be able to do that? That is the gangsterest shit any techno producer can achieve. European, Asian, American, or Israeli. So again, for me, Shlomi is a friend, a role model, and probably one of the coolest cats in this game, regardless of me knowing him personally. I took a lot from Shlomi. Definitely his swing. His very distinctive vocal chopping techniques I learned a lot from. His crazy compressed sound that I never managed to match. Shlomi is without a doubt the producer that I took the most from. Ever since I went from house towards more dark techno productions, I would say that Shlomi, without a doubt, is the one that influenced my music the most. And I can see now a very clear line between Josh Wink's style of techno, thin crust, hypnotic, ravish kind of acid stuff, to where Shlomi took it, somewhere more jacking, funky, spicy. And just as there are no Shlomi without Winks in it, I think there's no Yotam Avni with a bit of Shlomi Aber's DNA in his music. So this is just a great chance to admit that, to say that proudly. Shlomi is a fan, is a friend, and someone that I really admire and aspire to be, and I respect a lot and cherish. So this is for Shlomi.
You are sleeping. You do not want to believe. You do not want to believe.
You Are Sleeping is my first so-called dark techno track. Up until this point, I was mostly known for Osonlade, Kiko Navarro style of house music or Detroit kind of techno for Derek May. The year was 2013. Minimal techno has finally faded and new producers like Trunket, Psych, and of course Bergen DJs created this new reverb kick bass sound influenced by the club's acoustic, I would imagine. As soon as we heard those first tracks with heavier kick drums and Robert Hood kind of swing, I knew that I would like to play this kind of music. I really liked those one-word abstract tracks that a lot of those guys were making. Even though we were dealing with dark abstract music, I wanted something with a bit of commercial appeal to it for my track. Something that sounds right and familiar from the first time you hear it. And the best way to do so is to reinterpret someone else's idea that already proving to be a hit. If you guys been following house and techno for more than 20 years, the You Are Sleeping voice sample probably reminds you of this track first.
You are sleeping. You are sleeping. You are sleeping. You do not want to believe.
You Are Sleeping by Prince Quick Mix aka PQM was a big progressive house record on Dubfire and Sharam's Yoshitoshi label. The dark and tribal progressive house sound of 1999 till 2003 was my favorite period of time in EDM. And so a lot of my tracks are using vocal samples from old forgotten records of that era. While making this video, I've read on Discogs that PQM, whose real name is Manuel Anthony Napuri, died on March 2021 from ALS. This is a perfect opportunity to celebrate his legacy and show some love and respect to his work. By a quick look on Discogs, I see that he's been releasing music since the late 80s. I'm sure that a lot of you guys would find amazing rare goodies in his discography, so go and check PQM's music right after this video. Rest in peace to Manuel, your music is still alive. Manuel was not the first to use this vocal sample on a record. He actually sampled it from the Smiths. If you're a Smiths or Morrissey fan, you probably know the song Rubber Ring. That's a pretty well-known song. Well, check out the final few seconds at the end of your favorite song.
You are sleeping. You do not want to believe. You are sleeping.
A quick search online showed that the Smiths got the voice sample from a record by Konstantin Rodaev. Konstantin Rodaev was a Latvian psychologist who's obsessed with the afterlife. Not the label afterlife, but the real afterlife. Afterlife of I see dead people kind of afterlife. Things are about to get really spooky in our story. Konstantin Rodaev published one of the largest and serious studies of EVP. What's EVP? I'm glad you asked.
I don't believe in ghosts. But there's a lot of things that I can't explain.
Like recordings captured on this device.
It's a Panasonic IC recorder, and I believe it was made in 1988. They're very rare.
Rare because original owners tossed them out for the same reasons ghost hunters now pay $2,000 or more to get one.
They called this the Pandora's box, because once you start recording something, all sorts of things come out.
The results are known as electronic voice phenomenons, or EVPs.
Electronic voice phenomenon, capturing recorded sounds of ghosts. I shit you not. Breakthrough, an amazing experiment in electronic communication with the dead, is a series of books and recorded audio on vinyl published by Rodaev in 1971. And the You Are Sleeping is from that record. What we hear actually is a woman reading an interpreted text followed by the original bad audio signal that's supposed to be an evidence of ghosts. Here's the vinyl from 1971 as it appears on YouTube.
Now the experimenter asks if Margarete can hear him, and a voice replies, Kostja, ja. German, Kostja, yes. The voice then calls the experimenter's family name, Raudive, but shortens it to Raudiv. And now we hear in Latvian and German, Koste, tu tik nah. Koste, you are so near.
Better Days is the B-side of this lovely record, and as you can guess, it takes a lot of influence from Detroit techno, from melodic techno. That's funny to say nowadays, but 20 years ago, in 2003, melodic techno meant super soulful, jazzy chord progressions that sound euphoric yet depressing at the same time. And for me, who's always been a jazz fan and depressing music fan and electronic music fan, that's probably the reason why Detroit techno like holds all of these worlds together. And finding out what makes chord progression sound Detroitish was a long and painful journey, let me tell you. I used to book music teachers and be like, dude, let me pay you by the hour, but I don't want to learn any instrument. I just want you to hear this track on YouTube by Los Hermanos. Can you lay down the keys for me on the track so I can figure out what the hell is going on? And it wasn't that easy to find like a jazz music teacher that really helped me understand like theoretically what makes it sound so good. And about 3 years ago or so, Vince Watson, the great Vince Watson, offered a new course online that is dedicated to exactly that, how to write like Detroit style chords. And it's amazing course, and I wish I had it 10 years ago when I did this track. I did this track also with my music teacher Ziv Matushka, who's a dear friend of mine. I have a tattoo that says Zivo. That's the nickname I had for him. So this track reminds me of sitting down with him next to my computer. And as you can imagine, it takes great influence from this track. I did this track also with my music teacher Ziv Matushka, who's a dear friend of mine. I have a tattoo that says Zivo. That's the nickname. And this track. And this track.